Hello. Now am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. You can start now.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So let's start again. Hi everyone. My name is Naman Soni, and welcome to Android Study Jams. And first of all, we will talk about what is Android Study Jams. Android Study Jams are community organized study groups for people to learn how to build Android apps using an online training course, which is provided by Google. We will learn how to build Android apps using Kotlin programming language, and let's see further. What you will get from this course, you will get an opportunity to learn Android development using Kotlin programming language, and which is the preferred language by Google for Android development. And after completion of prior programming experience track, you will get a certificate, which is the second programming track. If means if you completed the second track, you will get a certificate. Okay. In this program, in this course, there are two tracks, new to programming track and have prior programming experience track. In this new to programming track, those who don't know anything about programming, this track is for you. And those who have already created some apps with Kotlin, have prior programming experience track, this is for you. Okay. Now, this is first session, new to programming track. We chooses first track, new to programming track. And what are the prerequisites for this course, for this track? Basic computer literacy, that you can turn on and off your laptop, and basic math skills, computer and headphones. Headphones, because in this course there are some videos, so that you don't disturb others around you. That's why you need headphones. Internet connection, an Android device and USB cable. Android device to test your app, and USB cable to connect that Android device to your PC. Okay. Now, before we dive into our content, have you ever developed any Android app on your own? If yes, which technologies did you use? Just write in the comment box. Okay. In this new to programming track, what we will learn, we will build our first Android app, and then in this session we will see how to install Android Studio. I will not actually show you how to install Android Studio. There are lots of videos on internet, that there are lots of videos on YouTube that you can see and install by your own, because it takes a lot of time. Okay. Thank you. Now let's talk about today's schedule. Presentation. Okay. Introduction to Kotlin. In approx 1 hour, I will tell you the introduction to Kotlin. We will not in Kotlin playground. We will see some loops, for loop, function about functions, and all. Then we will see how to install Android Studio. Okay. In there are two tracks in this program, and in first track there are two units. Kotlin unit 1, Kotlin basics for Android. In this unit 1 there are 4 pathways. Then you may be wondering about what is a pathway. Then a ordered sequence of all the activities to learn a to learn a specific activity is a pathway. Okay. Then what are different activities? An activity can be an article, and a video, or a quiz, or a code lab, means hands-on coding tutorial, like that. These are activities. Okay. Then after completing a pathway, you at the end of each pathway there is a quiz, and we will take that quiz. And after complete taking that quiz, we will get a badge, and that badge will be saved in our developer profile. I will show you how to create developer profile. uh, that the badge you earned will be saved in their developer profile. Okay. Let's get started. just go to g.co/android study jams study jams. Okay. There are, you can see there are two tracks: YouTube programming and prior programming experience. Click on start course, and unit 1 Kotlin basics for Android, and unit 2 programming language layouts, and unit 2 layouts. Okay, these are four pathways, and we will choose first pathway, Android basics introduction to Kotlin. Okay, let us see one video. Welcome to Android basics in Kotlin.
Welcome to Android Basics in Kotlin. In this course, you will learn the fundamentals of how to build Android apps.
We're from the Android team at Google, and we'll be your instructors for this course. I'm Dan.
I'm Kat, and we'll be here guiding you throughout your journey.
And I'm Megan. We'll do our best to explain things clearly with step-by-step instructions.
It's hard to imagine life without our phone.
And in this course, you're going to learn how to run one of these. It honestly feels like a superpower to know how to build an app, to take something that's an idea in your head and put it on your phone.
And it's not just your phone.
There are over 2.5 billion Android devices in the world.
That's phones, tablets, TVs, watches, and even cars.
Imagine how cool it would be to make an app that your friends can use.
The apps that you use on your phone are often quite complex. They have whole companies and teams of engineers working on them. And all those engineers had to start at the beginning.
So in this course, we're going to focus on building a series of basic Android apps that can run on a phone.
The course is split up into units. Each unit is made up of several pathways. Pathways are composed of videos, code labs, and quizzes. And, drumroll please, you will earn badges along the way.
You'll also be building up your developer profile, which you can use to show the skills you've gained throughout this course.
By learning the fundamentals of programming and the core concepts in Android, you will have a solid foundation to build off of.
You'll learn how to use Android Studio, the tool we use to write our code.
And you'll be learning Kotlin, the recommended programming language for developing Android apps. At its core, a programming language is used to tell a computer what you want it to do. It's similar to learning a foreign language, but instead of speaking to people from another country, we're communicating with the computer.
We'll get into more details of learning Kotlin later, but first let's talk about what you need to start this course.
To get started, you need a computer and an internet connection so you can download Android Studio. You need to your basic computer and math skills. Knowing basic math is useful when you're programming because of the problem-solving skills involved.
It's also helpful to have an Android device, phone or tablet, to test your app on. If you don't have one, that's okay. We'll show you how to simulate an Android device on your computer with something called an emulator. It's also great to be familiar with using Android apps. If you haven't used Android before, you'll learn this along the way.
Above all, the most important requirement is your motivation and willingness to learn. It's going to be a challenging but rewarding process if you stick with it.
You may be asking, can I get a job as an Android developer after this course? Well, the answer is not quite. We're going to prepare you with the basics, and there are more advanced classes you can take and more practice you should do on your own to pursue the career path of a developer.
Now, you might be asking, how long will the course take? That really depends on how much you already know and how much time you can invest in learning the material. Anywhere from a few weeks to a few months is realistic.
No matter where you come from, this journey will be challenging, interesting, and we hope also fun.
By the end, you will have built a collection of apps that will show you a glimpse of what's possible with Android.
We are super excited.
Super excited!
We're super excited that you've decided to join us, and we welcome you to this course.
Welcome!
Okay. Okay. We will start from our first code lab. Write your first program in Kotlin. take code lab. Okay, in this code lab, what we will do, we will run our first program. First of all, I would like to introduce one Kotlin playground, which is an editor. We can use that editor to write Kotlin program. Okay, just click on this link. This is Kotlin playground, and we can write our code here. And if we run this code, the output is shown here, the output console. Okay. Okay. Next. This is simple and hello world program. Okay. How does it work? Understand the part of program. So I would like to tell you about the part of the program, what it is. In this fun, fun stands for function, and the the Kotlin program starts with, from the main program. Okay, this is the main program, and the name of the program is main. Every after a fun, this keyword, there is a function name. Okay, and after the function name, we will use a parenthesis. We will use, there is some parenthesis, two parentheses. Okay, in this parenthesis we can pass some data that will be used by function. We will talk about them later. Those are called arguments, and inside those curly brackets we will write the task that is performed by that function. Okay, so this function, what this main function do, it just print the hello world. Print ln means print in line, print on a new line. Okay, in onto the console hello world. Okay. Okay, now this activity says you just need to print happy birthday Chancy, or you are 25. What we will do, we will write just code. Print ln means print happy birthday, then this will print in a this will be printed in new line, happy birthday. Then what it was, Chancy, and this will be printed in a blue line, means there are three lines. Okay, you are 25. Okay, just run the code. Happy birthday Chancy. This is simple code in which we have printed three lines. Happy birthday Chancy, you are 25. Okay, now this is a string. We are printing a string. If we remove this double quote and just try to run this, it will give an error, unresolved reference Jancy. Okay, because there is no variable, there is no variable Jancy, and it's nothing, means it's not, it is not a string. If we print a string in a println. Okay, function code. This is very simple. Practice on your own. Okay, now I would like to tell you about one more thing, which is /n new means new line or line break. How to insert a line break? If we write /n in between happy and birthday, then happy and birthday will be in two different lines. Okay, like this, happy birthday. Okay, then we will take this quiz, create birthday message in Kotlin. What is the program? A specific task, a tool that helps you write Kotlin code, a series of instructions that a computer system executes to accomplish some action, a defined set of instructions that tells your computer to print happy birthday. I think a series of instructions that a computer system executes to accomplish some actions. Okay, which keyword do you use to define a function in Kotlin? We use fun to define functions in Kotlin. Then Which of the following do you need to create a Kotlin program that prints a line of text? Means we are writing a program that prints a line of text, and what we will need? Comment describing what your program does. It is not necessary. Yes, a main function is needed, and curly braces around the instruction to the system. Yes, curly braces, because we are using functions and we will use curly braces in that. A call to print or println. Yes, a piece of text that's surrounded by quotation marks. Okay, okay, that we are printing in the new line. What do you expect this Kotlin code to do? Uh, Func main arg array string. This is of no use. Println hello world. Println it's a sunny and warm day. This code will print two new lines. Println this is printed in a first line, and then this is printed in a second line. Okay, print two lines of text. How would you modify the main function so that it prints a 6-layer cake for someone's birthday? Okay. Uh, for that we have to do another activity so that we understand what is that. And we will take this code lab. Okay. Uh, okay. What it is saying? We have to print this. Happy birthday, Rover. You are already 5. 5 is very best age to celebrate. Okay. We just copy this and place here. Okay. And run it. You can see happy birthday, Rover. You are already 5. 5 is very best age to celebrate. Okay. All three are printed in a new line. Then add a birthday cake. Then they are saying you have to add a birthday cake. We are creating a birthday message. Okay. Then we have to create a birthday cake. So how to create a birthday cake? This just copy this and print between this Rover and happy birthday, Rover, and say you are already 5. Then and run it. You will see a birthday cake between happy birthday, Rover, and you are already 5, like that. Okay. To help others understand your code, you can add okay. They are saying that you can add comments in this program like this. This is comment by adding double slash before writing a line. Okay. Then next. Okay. Now we will use some variable. We will see how to use variables and variables. So you can see here that you are already 5. We are using here Rover's age as 5, and here also we are using 5, so that uh, now we can store that in a variable age, and then we can print it on in the using println like age 5. And then if you want to print anything inside the text, you have to use like the dollar and curly braces and the variable name, and the value will be printed in the text. Okay, like this. Run the program. Okay. Well, uh, val is the keyword to define a variable. And if we what they are saying, if you a variable declared using val keyword can only be set once. Means if you want to change its value, like if you change its value to 6, what it says, val cannot be as reassigned. Means you can only assign its value once, val. But if you use here where instead of val, then you can do this. Okay, no error. Age, age changes to 6. Okay. Now put text into a variable. Okay, this is an integer value. What we can do, uh, we can use a text or a text variable also, means a string like val name is equal to power, and here we can write him. Okay, and you can see this name variable stores rover, and rover is printed here. Now what they are saying next, print a birthday banner with a border. Now we have to print a birthday banner like this, happy birthday Jancy. Okay, so we will just create Kotlin playground and we will print it. Okay, print and then write print ln happy birthday Jancy. Then okay, we have created a banner. Just run the code for happy birthday Jancy. Now what they are saying, because we are printing println this border two times, this and this. So what we can do, we can create a function to print a border. Then we already know how to create a function. We just write func and then print border. We will create a function for print a border. Then what we will do, we will print this border, and instead of this print, and we will call the function print border. Border. Okay. Okay, same. Now what they are saying, because now what we will do, we are printing this, how many symbols I don't know, but we are printing this symbols one times. What we can do, we can print this one symbol repetitively, so that so that our code looks good. And how to do that, we will use a loop which is called repeat, and inside this parenthesis we will put the value for that, how many times we have to repeat that loop. Okay, suppose we have to repeat that loop 23 times, and we will print 23 times what, this equal to, and we will print this line 23 times, 23 times we will print this symbol, and after that we have to print a new line. Okay, then what we will do, we will print this and try to run the code. Okay, same, we are using repeat here and printing this symbol 23 times, and then a new line. Okay, okay, now what they are saying, now we will create a variable to change the border, like we are using equal to for our border. Now what we will do, we will use a variable so that we can dynamically change our border. So that what we will do, we will create a variable border, and suppose we will use percentage, and in and what we will do, we will pass this border in our print border. Okay, and then if we are passing, then we have to accept in the function print border, and and what is the type of the border, string. Okay, then we will use string here, and State of this equal to, what we will do, we will write border. Then we can change it dynamically like percentage is printed in border. Like if you want to print plus anything else, we can do that. Okay. Okay. Now what they are saying, okay, now we will have to now we will have another argument which is times to print, because suppose like that we are printing this plus plus or equal to 23 times. Now what we will do, we will create another variable that many times we will print the symbols. Okay. For that, what we will do, we will create a variable times to repeat, which is suppose 4, and what is the border, this is the border, and we will pass this times to repeat variable print border. Okay, and we will accept this times to repeat, and times to repeat is int. Okay, and here we will write times to repeat, this is variable. Okay, how many times we have printed this? 4 times. This border is printed 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now what they have said, times to repeat 4. Okay, now this is another activity. What in this activity, what we have to do, we have to create a cake with layers like this. This is like this. These are candles, and this is the cake top, and this is cake bottom. We have to print like this. So what we will do, and these are the steps we have to follow. So we will follow these steps, and then we will write our code. Okay, so delete the previous one. We will start from main. Okay, then what they say, okay, then they say in main, create a variable age and set it to 24. Okay, 24 variable age, and this is the age. And then what they say, create a second variable layers and set it to 5. Okay, number of layers, we will set it to 5. Now what they are saying, call a function print cake candles and pass in the age. We will write this function definition later. uh, Print cake candles and pass in the age. Okay, we will pass age to the function. Then what they say, print cake top and print cake bottom. Print cake top and pass in the age, and then print cake bottom and pass in age and also the number of layers. Okay, print cake bottom, age, and number of layers. Now layers. Okay, now we will create these functions, print cake candle, print cake top, print cake bottom. So what we will do, we will first write print cake top. So write a function print cake top. What this function do, this function accept one argument which is age, and which is of type int. Okay, and then what we will do, what is cake top, this is cake top. Okay, so what we will do, we will repeatedly print this equal to how many times? Age plus 2 times. Okay, as you can see, number of this equal to is plus 2 times age. Okay, then what we will do, we will print how to print, repeat how many times age plus 2. What we will do, we will print equal to, and then at last, after printing that equal to line, we have to take a new line. Okay, we created this print cake top function. Now we will create this layers print cake bottom layer. Okay, then we will write function print cake bottom, and what this function do, this function accept age which is of type int, and then layers of type int. Okay, then how many layers we have to print? We have to print 5 layers. So what we will do, we will use a repeat, and this will print, and this will run for 5 times, and in that 5 times we have to print that's at the rate how many times. So we will use nested loop. Okay, inside how many times, age plus 2 times, and what we have to print in that first layer, second layer, first layer at the rate, and at last after printing first layer, we have to take new line. So what we will do, we will print a new line. Okay, then okay, we created this print cake bottom function. Now we have to create this candle. So how we will do that, we will first print this, and then we will print this. Okay, so print cake candle. So what this function accepts, print cake candle age, type of age is int. Okay, then we will first print how many times, age number of times, then what to print, first we will print this, and then after then what we will print, this. Okay, and then we have to print new line. Okay, now we can try to run the code. We have created all 3 codes. It's somewhat leftmost, so what we will do, we will just print a gap space, and here also after taking a new line. Okay, so we have created the cake, and this is what's in this activity. Now done. Now we can take the quiz. Okay, so how many questions we have covered? We have covered this, we have covered this, we have covered this, and we have covered this. Now how would you modify this main function so that it prints a 6-layer cake for someone's 4th birthday? Means we have to set the age 4 and the cake layer 6. Okay, so as we can see, the value is in age value is int, so we cannot assign this string to this age. We can assign, but it we cannot use these values in print cake candles function, or print cake top function, or print cake bottom function. So we have to assign an integer value to age and layer. So the first option you can see, set value age to, sorry, uh, function that prints a the fourth, the third, the set value age to 4 and set val layers to 6. Okay. Which of these options correctly calls the function below and passes its valid input argument? Okay. Then in this function, you can see string. This function accepts a string and location which is string, and another is integer. So you can see in first option is string. First, this is string. Then Australia is also string, and the last value which is integer. So first option is correct. Submit the answers. Okay, then you scored 6 out of 6. Congratulations, you have passed this pathway. Then we can directly switch to next pathway, which is installing Android Studio. Then we will end this session after a Q&A. Okay, so is there any questions? Okay. Actually, I am also learning from this course. I am not familiar. I am not very much familiar with this programming language, so I cannot answer many of you, frankly speaking. I have created apps with Java. Okay, so what we will do, we will see how to install Android Studio. I am not actually showing how to install Android Studio, but you can get a link from here. So, how to install Android Studio, and this is the link. Android Studio is a tool, an official tool to build Android apps. Okay, so these are the system. What are the system requirements for to install Android Studio? I will read for Windows that Microsoft Windows 7, 8, and 10 is required 64-bit, and 4 GB RAM is minimum, but 8 GB RAM is recommended. Okay, 2 GB of available disk space, and 4 GB recommended, 500 MB for ID, and 1.5 GB for Android SDK, and 1280 and 800 minimum screen resolution. And you can read from here for all other systems, Mac, Linux, Chrome OS. Then what we will just go to next, and we can download the Android Studio installation file. You can find a link here, and from here you can download the Android Studio, which is 896 MB, and you can install. There are lots of videos on YouTube. You can follow those, and from here we will start from our next session, and then okay, that's all for today, and thank you. Anything from what I have showed you today? Okay, thank you for attending this session, and we will do our next session on probably on next Sunday, and we will meet there. Okay, thank you.